Monday morning badge on my chest, dreams in my pocket, hope won't rest. 9 to 5 fluorescent lights, counting down minutes, counting up nights. Got a vision waiting when the whistle blows. I clock out fast, let the other me go. Monday through Friday, steady routine, 40 hours a week in a working machine. But my heart keeps time with a different beat. Got more to do than just rinse and repeat. Working day job to pay the bills, working play job for the thrills. What's the balance that I'm living still? Monday, Friday, 40 hours deep, but my passion never goes to sleep. Working day job to pay the bills, working play job for the thrills. Holding on tight to the fire and will, punching that clock, but I'm dreaming big. Building a life that's more than it. Taking care of my husband needs, family thanks to, yeah, planting seeds. Loving the details, meals and rides, being strong for them, being true inside. Laundry spinning, plans on the wall, showing up steady, giving my all. Still carving time for the art I make. Every small step is a future I take. To no shortcuts, but I know the way. I hustle the night after hustling the day. The clock keeps moving, so do I. Got a reason deeper than getting by. Job to pay the bills, work and play job for the thrills. That's the promise that my spirit feels. Monday, Friday, 40 hours strong, but my calling's been here all along. Working day job to pay the bills, work and play job for the thrills. Chasing purpose, chasing skills. I won't quit on a dream I feel. This grind is real, but so is a little bit 48. No time to waste. Every line
Okay,
I
so
write leaves a
I am
moment
not
trace. I
seeing.
learn what matters, what's fake, what's true. Now I move with intention in all I do.
Hey, y'all. Happy Friday, Junior. It's great to see you. Can you all hear me okay? Just testing to make sure I got all the things because I got a lot on my list to get through in a very shrunken time. So just making sure y'all can hear me before I get started. Okay, thanks, Jonathan. He says all good. Okay, I saw Teddy, Cookie, Harji. Let's see who else. Shawnee is in here. V, hey V. I'm just calling out who I see come through in the comments. And it looks like the comments are slightly delayed. And I see you all saying hello to one another. Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm glad y'all hear me. Hey, Andrea, thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for joining me on my lunch live. Y'all know that these particular lives are a very crunch time period for me. They're also very structured, and that just helps me stay on time. I'm hoping and praying that all of you are well, feeling good. Hopefully you looking good on today as well. And listen, I got to get started right away because I decided last minute that I was going to do this giveaway today. And y'all need to know what's being given away. I also, hey, Mindy. Hey, Mayor Mindy is in the building. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, Shayna, great to see you. She says, hey, lady, I can't stay. I'm at a train. Just want to stop by and say hi. Totally understandable. Have an excellent work day. Y'all know my work is popping off too, so I completely understand. I just appreciate whatever time you have available. Now, I will tell you for the giveaway, you do have to be present because that just makes it a lot simpler for me. Hey, Jen, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you being here. And so let me just show you what I have as far as what I'm giving away today. It is an outfit. It is a jumpsuit. For those of you who are new here, my name is Evelyn. This is a personal development and lifestyle channel. I have been mostly sharing my weight loss journey with you, as well as my powerlifting journey. Today's video topic is a little bit different because I'm going to share some insights from our first few days as investors. We finally, last 2 of our 4 adult children moved out of the house just this past Monday. Yes, Monday. You heard it right. So I'm going to report out give you a quick play-by-play and insight on how it's been, which is why the title is what it was, Slippers, Draws, and Being Grown. Okay. This is the afternoon lunch hour. So I am going to keep it very PG, and I will share as much as I can without giving away too much. But I'm trend on this channel, so it is what it is. Let me show you what that. Okay. So for those of you who do not know, several months ago, I did a long form video. It's in my haul playlist, and I did a jumpsuit video. It's actually one of the first hauls like that I did, shopping in my closet. This was one of the jumpsuits that I tried on at that time. Now, guys, I'm going to apologize in advance because this is women's attire. So that might automatically exclude you from this drawing. In a second, I'm going to take a poll to see who wants to participate in the drawing so that I can enter y'all's names on the wheel really quickly. And we're just going to spin to win at the end of the live before I log off, okay? But this is it's a one-arm jumpsuit right here. And again, if you really want to see what it looked like, you can look at my haul playlist and see what it looks like. It is actually too big for me now. And rather than pay to get it altered, I'm going to gift it. You do need to have an address that I can send to and feel comfortable enough to share the shipping goods with me. I purchased this from Lulu's online, and when I first tried it on, it wasn't fitting right, and now I have surpassed this size, but it has a lot of stretch. Let me tell y'all what's on this thing. Give me a second to look at the materials because I know that helps. So let me just tell you. Okay, this is the shell of the jumpsuit is 95% polyester and 5% spandex. So again, a lot of stretch here. The lining though, because it is lined. So this is pretty heavy material, I would say. Let me show you the lining. It has complete lining underneath. So this is actually a really nice jumpsuit for this time of year for those of us in weather that has cooler temps in the evening. And I feel like it could be dressed up or down. Anyways, this is what I'm giving away that I'm willing to ship. Again, it's from Lulu's. It's in a size large. Okay. Along with that one, I also, and cleaning out stuff, I also came across this journal. The journal says grateful on the side right here. So also, I am going to spin the wheel. So guys may or may not be want to be included in this particular giveaway, but I have a ton of journals, so I'm willing to give this one away too. And it just has empty notes, lined pages inside. And it just says grateful here with a little line there. So want to participate, can you please just put a 1 in the chat? And I'm going to add your name to the wheel so that I can spin. So again, must be present, must be willing to share your shipping address with me, send to my email. After today's call, I will get it shipped out on tomorrow. And if you want to participate in the jumpsuit giveaway, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, I see Shawnee. Hey, Miss Linda, how you doing? Mr. Michael too, if he's with you, it's great to see you. So if you want to participate, please put a 1 in the chat. So far, we only have Shawnee. And if Shawnee is the only one, then it's automatically going to Shawnee. Not a problem. And this is for the jumpsuit. Again, never worn. I've tried it on, but I've never worn it anywhere. It still has the tags on it. Okay, there's Harchie. Okay, got you. I'm doing well, Miss Linda. Thank you for asking. Miss Linda was asking, she said she's good, and how am I? I'm doing good too. I'm counting down these hours for this birthday so that Marlon and I can enjoy this long weekend, which I'm gonna get into. The jumpsuit, Miss Linda, is a size large, but you way smaller than me. So I don't know. You're welcome to participate though. It's a size large and it's from the store Lulu's. Still has the tags on it. Okay, so far I only have 2 participating. I'm gonna wait maybe 10 seconds for anybody else who wants to participate. And again, this is for the jumpsuit. If nobody else wants to, totally fine. It'll be between Shawnee and Harji, 50-50 chance. Okay. Thank you. Hey, Tamika, Coach T is here. Thank you for being here. Okay. All right. Doesn't look like we have any more participants here, so it's going to be limited to Shawnee and Harji. So to participate, just for those of you just joining, I am giving away a jumpsuit never worn. I've tried it on in my jumpsuit haul before. You had to put a 1 in the chat if you wanted to participate. You said if no one else participates, let Shawnee have it? Okay. Last call. Going once. Going twice. Okay, yay, Shawnee. I will get that to you. And actually, I already have your address on file, Shawnee, so you don't even need to send it to me. If your address that I sent the book to is good, I will make sure to get that in the mail tomorrow for you. Okay, next giveaway is the journal. Again, it's lined. I'll put this in the snail mail tomorrow to whoever wants it. If you want to participate in this one, please put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to participate with the journal giveaway, and I'll just ship it out to you. And again, if we don't have as many participants, whoever wants it, I will send it. Okay, we got Miss Linda. Hey, Joe, thank you for joining. Okay, we have Miss Linda. Okay, we got Shawnee. Got you. Okay, V, got you. I'm watching the chat to see who all is entering a 1 for this journal. It's cute on the outside. On the inside, it just has the line pages for your writing. Okay, so far we have 3 that we'll spin the wheel for. Okay, I'm going to give you just 10 more seconds, and then I'll spin the wheel. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Jonathan says, hit the like button in both streams, please. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're down to 3. So it's going to be between Miss Linda, V, and Shawnee. I'm going to go ahead. I have y'all's names loaded up on the wheel right here. So I'm going to go ahead and spin. The wheel is spinning. And the winner is Miss Linda. Woo! Congratulations, Miss Linda. I'll get this out to you on tomorrow as well. So we have the jumpsuit shipped out to Shawnee, and then Miss Linda, I will get that journal out to you. I think I have your address on file too. I think, or do I? I don't know if your address came with it. Miss Linda, send me your address just in case, your shipping address, and I'll get that mailed out to you tomorrow. Yay. Thanks for participating, guys. I was supposed to save that for the end, but hey, it naturally happened right now, so that's what it is. Now, as a reminder, I'm streaming both vertically and horizontally, which means that people can't see each other's chat. So if you're in the vertical platform reviewing, you won't be able to see the people in the horizontal and vice versa, okay? That's just one of the things with streaming both ways. Now, let's talk about shout outs and thank yous, okay? Oh, Joe, you missed it. I'm sorry. There will be more in the future. There will be more giveaways in the future. You have my word. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat before I start. Okay. Just people saying congratulations to the winners. I know, Joe, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't you worry, though. I have more giveaways in the future, my friend. More giveaways. Okay, let's see. Shout outs and thank you. So, this is a moment where I shout out a person, place, thing, or idea. Okay, that has been a blessing to me throughout my week. This week, I want to shout out abundance. Yes, abundance, more than enough. And let me tell you how I got to this shout out. So, Marlon and I, we talk about the economy a lot. Marlon is very heavy into investments and things like that. And so he always informs me of things, and sometimes he goes on rants. And one of the many talking points that he consistently brings up is the disproportionate percentage of wealth in the dominant group versus the what they call minority groups in the US. And I push back on him on this notion, not that it's not true, but my point was that so many times other groups are always comparing it to the dominant group. And what if we just compare to where we want to be instead of always comparing to someone else from a socioeconomic status, was my end of the argument when we were having this discussion. And Marlon was like, because they typically hold the most wealth. And if you know me, you know who they is. I can't break that down here in this live stream. And I'm not going to break it down in this session because that's not what the topic of today is, but I wanted to give you some context. Sometimes we fear that something is going to run out, and that causes us to do very drastic things that pull on emotional strings. I could go a lot of places with that, but I'm gonna leave it there because I do have subscribers from my job that watch my videos now. So I'm going to be particularly careful with my words. My point is this. There is this song, I think the Canton Spiritual sang this song, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. What I mean by that is sometimes we can identify opportunities and things that are within our own sphere of influence. But when we compare to what others have, it sometimes can cause us to be disillusioned about the very opportunities that present themselves to us right in front of us, even if it's not what somebody else has. So in my life, I was like, I don't have a scarcity mindset. I've shared that previously before. I don't have a scarcity mindset. I believe that I serve a God who is full of more than enough, which means that anything that's charted for me on my path and anything my heart desires, it might overlap with some, sure, it might. But what's for me is for me. And so my challenge when I was talking to Marlon was, I think that we should collectively start just focusing on what's in us. And frankly, I would also further argue that in the 50s and 60s, which our economy was much more thriving than what it is today. And hopefully you can read between the lines of what I'm saying and look and see some of the things that community did back then that caused them to foster environments to where we did have multiple small businesses in neighborhoods. We did have families that looked out for each other. We did have people in the community who would watch kids for little to nothing. We have to get back to some foundational things to drive things forward. And that's where we find the abundance, when we rely on each other's support and the capacity that each and every one of us carry at the individual level. And that is how we thrive, rather than comparing it to what the next man, woman, boy, girl, child, purple, pink, yellow, polka dot got. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. It was just, I'm thankful for abundance. Let's go and see what y'all said about the comments was going through when I was on my little rant just then with my shout out and thank you for abundance. Okay, just saying hello. Okay, no worries, Joe. I'll see you soon. She said she'll be back. They're just speaking. Okay, just speaking. Okay. Jonathan. Everyone nowadays uses the wrong yardstick for the job. I don't want to be like everyone else. So why would I use their social construct as my ideal, as my own? Exactly. This is exactly what I'm saying, Jonathan. Why? I don't want to be you. I'm me. And I am enough just being Evelyn. You are enough just being Jonathan, just being Hardy, just being Shayna, just being Teddy D. You feel what I'm saying? I don't need to compare and on any level. Now I can be influenced, I can learn something, I can glean something, but I'm not trying to be you. The community should not try to be you. You understand? Oh my good. Why am I on this so tough? I know why I'm on this so tough because I am reviewing a lot of legislative bills right now, and I mean a lot. And this is heavy on my mind. This is heavy on my mind. When we have people, oh, be careful, Evelyn. Be careful, be careful, be careful. I'm trying to think. I'm looking over out my window so I can think of a PC way to say this. We have to be very careful about being influenced by representatives who sometimes don't necessarily have our best interests at hand. We're going to leave that. We're going to leave that because I don't want no trouble. 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 Okay. All right. I'm thankful for Joe too. Let's see. What you say, Miss Linda? Miss Linda says, yes, we did. Those were the days. I'm so thankful my family still. Wait a minute. What's this word? Old school way with our family. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. We've gotten away from that, Miss Linda. That's something that definitely I'm noticing more and more. The older I get, for those of you who are new here, I'm 48. The older I get, some foundational things we are missing in our society as a whole, like responsibility, accountability, not always blame shifting. Okay. Who really wants to get up and go to work every day? Some people do, but most people don't. So make the most out of it, because you're making matters worse when you murmur, you complain. And here's what I can tell you: there's always somebody else that's worse off than you. Always, which is why it's exceptionally important to have an abundance mindset. That doesn't mean that you're rich, not yet. But it does mean for me that the opportunities that I have, God has blessed me so much. Why not bless somebody else? That's a blessing to me. Oh, why am I on this? I got to move on because I need to tell y'all about being an empty nester. Joe says, I love how you provide us your thoughts with such inspiration. You're welcome. P.S. I'll be back for more giveaways. I'm staying here with you all. Oh, okay. Okay. Got you. Thank you for that, Joe. I'm just making my way down these comments so I can get back on task. Hey, Darium, thank you so much for being here. I want to be like y'all. In what way? Don't be like us. You are awesome. Just being you. That's what makes you so loved, so well loved in this community. You understand? It makes you so well loved. You don't want to make faces like me. Oh, Tamika says. Darium says, I already make faces like you at Coach T, aka Tamika. And then Joe is just speaking. Ms. Linda says, yes, Evelyn, that's so true. That sums it up for me. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Indeed. Darium is just speaking to everyone. Okay, I'm going to skip over the greetings here. Teddy D clapping it up while he on his walking pad. Speaking of walking pad, shout out to Tawan for setting this 26-day challenge. It is changing me in ways I don't think I knew, but I'm very much enjoying it. Okay. Dang, Darium, I need to see it. Hey, Bobby Burley. You're new here. I want to first of all say thank you for being a new subscriber. I appreciate you. I also want to say thank you so much for honoring my request in the comment section. It means a lot that people on my channel are respectful and honoring our principles, our values, our ethics. Because my channel is more than just entertainment and education. It's really purpose-driven work for me that aligns with very deep core spiritual values. So I just want to say thank you so much for just honoring my request. And I know you know what I mean. So thank you, Bobby, for being here. Okay. Joe is telling Jonathan, you're making me blush. Oh, snap. Cookie saying hello. Okay, everybody saying hello. I don't know what this acronym means, but I'm going to put it up here for Joe and other people to see. All right, people just saying hello. Um, oh, don't usher me on, sir. Darium says you're on it because it's needed. Some things, and it's going to make way more sense when I get to our topic for today, if I can get through the bottom of these comments. Okay, Tamika saying, preach. Listen, I'm learning. I'm trying to be a vessel and I'm learning. At the same time, sometimes you got to come with a stern word, It's not to condemn anyone. It's just saying we got much work to do in our communities. We got much work to do. It's not always going to be off somebody else. Let me tell you something. When I was a city council aide, for those of you who are new here, I was a city council aide for the Honorable Alice Brooks for a brief period. Okay. It was actually the most illuminating role and the most loved role I've ever had as an employee somewhere. And the reason why is because you are on the ground. It is literally like connected to grassroots for real, for real. And one of the things that stood out to me in my role as a city council aide at that time, now I'm no longer a city council aide, okay? But some of the things that I'm saying, I'm truly speaking from an experiential place of things that I've witnessed, things that I've seen. Now, let me just say this. A lot of times we would have constituents come in and it would always be somebody's fault. And I didn't ever see really a consistent trend of what is it that I can do with you, because it is a collaboration. When Evelyn, I can hardly control it. When we exercise our privileges, and hopefully y'all can stick with me, I'm finna choose my words wisely. When we exercise our privileges in our local communities at the local level, it is a collaboration, meaning you can put forth on the representative their part. Okay, let's call it an ordinance. You can ask and lobby for an ordinance on behalf of you. I have no issues with that. And also, there has to be some things at the community level that you are also willing to do to bring the whole thing full circle. And in this way, we avoid certain things like the implications of, and I'm going to use a word that I don't really like to use, but I'm feeling how I'm feeling today, gentrification. Okay, this has had such a negative connotation, but I can tell you right now, we live in a neighborhood that is being gentrified. But you know what we did as the people that we are? Watch the screen. Look up at your screen if you can. The people that we are, let me tell you what my husband and I did. We strategically chose a neighborhood that we, let's just say, overqualified for at the time that we purchased, because we understood the changing times and the economic times. We also understood very clearly the implications of displacement. So why not be a part of the solution? What is going on today? What is going on today? My God, I ain't even got to my topic. Hey, TT, thank you so much for being here. Let me focus. Okay, Darium says we need to release the chokehold of comparison. It keeps so many stagnant. What you said. TT is saying hello to everyone. Hey, Paul, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Paul says, hey, Evelyn, wanted to swing in and say hello at work right now. Understood, sir. I just appreciate the time you had to be here, but keep on doing what you're doing. Appreciate you always. And that amazing smile. Oh, thank you. And what's up to my GLP fam? Thank you, Paul. So sweet of you to drop by. I really appreciate it. Okay. Cool Jay. Hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. You said thanks for the midday motivation. You just jumped in. No worries at all. I appreciate you being here. Oh my God, Shayna, I thought you was working, child. You put in a 1 in the chat at 12:28. I think you might be watching the replay. I'm so sorry. but there might be more, not might, there will be more giveaways in the future. Like I'm finding so many things as we are revamping like the inside of the house that have never been used. So y'all stand by. I got some more stuff up my sleeve. People are saying hi to TT and Paul, and to Bobby Burley. Thank you so much, Bobby. He says you are more than welcome. You set good examples. My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay, just saying hello, hello. Okay. Evelyn has Jonathan says Evelyn had been possessed by the logic demon. No, it's not even a demon, Jonathan. You know how they say common sense ain't common no more? Listen, we're about to be I'm midlife age. And so certain things I think just start to stick out. And then you know how like I was sharing with y'all on my workout live today, something happened in my birthday. It was almost like it was leading up to my birthday, but something happened on my birthday where I clicked over to this other side. I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's just normal. Everybody goes through that when they click over at a certain age, but something happened and I shifted and I have like, it's like, did you just say that, Chad? Did you just say that to certain? Yes, because it is time for all of us who have these gifts, talents, and abilities that we didn't have on lock for fear of whatever it is. It is time to release that greatness. And if that resonates with you, which I know that it does with some of you, it is time. The things you need to get in check, get them in check, whatever that is for you. And I say that with the love of the Lord and the love that I have in my heart for you as my newfound community here on YouTube. We got to be about that work. Okay, I lost my place. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Miss Linda says, Evelyn, yes, I heard you and understand exactly what you're talking about. Thank you, Miss Linda. I appreciate you so much. Joe says, I can't wait to collaborate with you again, Jonathan. Listen, it was so good. The live with Joe and Jonathan was so good. If you haven't checked it out, I think it's available on both Joe's Sleep Slim Down Journey as well as Jonathan's. Again, you can drop to if you saw the Nightbot, if you want to share your channel. I'm not necessarily a Grow and Connect channel, but I do like efficiency. So if you want to drop your channel so that people know who you are and where to find you, if you have one, just type in ! And the word beautiful. Hey, Joe is just shouting out, Cool J shouting out Joe. And Jonathan is just seconding that he had a great time on the live. Joe says she's been singing your song all week, TT. Okay. Jonathan, let's see what you're talking about. You said, I've been putting all my bitterness and sour feelings in the bank for a long time. This year, I'm going to. You said a good word. This year, I'm going to withdraw. Let's go. Let's go. TT said, oh my God, Evelyn, you said a mouthful. I love it. Listen, you know, God just using me as a vessel. Surely he is. Joe says, oh, thank you. But it was a good live though. It really was. And y'all's interaction with each other, you know, especially the smile at the little clip that you posted, Jonathan's smile at the end was also awesome. Okay. Thank you all for participating and sharing your channels. Okay. So that y'all can find each other. Cool J say, Evelyn, this called The Kids Moved Out. That's the shift. You ain't lying though. That's part of it. That's a major part of it. My goodness. Okay. Thank y'all for the shout outs and thank yous. Boy, that went a little long today. My notes, the announcements was yeah. Let's get on to today's topic titled Slippers, Draws, and Being Grown. Hey, Vanessa. Thank you so much for joining. You came right on time. I'm just about to talk about the first few days of empty nesting, and I'm going to go through what happened each day. Okay, let's start off with Monday. Okay, now on Monday, this is actually when the lease actually got signed. Now, let me just give you a little bit of context. How did we even get to this point? Well, there was some conflict in my house a little over a month ago between Marlon and our oldest son. At that point, Marlon made a declarative statement that you must go, essentially. I'm shortening it up. It was longer than that, but I'm shortening up, providing y'all some context, okay? And so then the young adults will put on a timeline. So no, it's not just you, oldest son, baby girl, you got to go too. Okay. Whether y'all go together or whether y'all go separate, it's time for all of y'all to go. Okay. So, so we put together this plan. We had a couple of meetings, iterations of meetings, and we put together this plan for them to exit. Now, Marlon and I had already been subsidizing them by living here in this house. Here's what I mean by subsidize. We pay the mortgage, we pay the utilities, we buy the food, we have these sprinklers in the yard for the green grass in the summer. We have the washer and dryer front loaders that you get to use with the laundry detergent, the Downy Unstoppables. I'm listing all this stuff intentionally because you can see cha-ching, cha-ching, everything that I'm saying, cha-ching, your paper towels, okay, cha-ching, your toilet paper, cha-ching, right? So we subsidized long enough and we said enough is enough. And so we decided collectively, Marlon and I had a separate meeting without the kids. I'll check back in the chat in like a minute or two and go through. Let me just write down my note at where it stopped to where I need to look at. I moved my desk around a little bit. Now I got to reach a little bit further for a pen. Let me just, 39. Okay. And so then we were like, you know, Marlon and I had a collective conversation and we were like, okay, well, we subsidizing here. We can subsidize with them not being here. And that'll get us quicker to being empty nesters. So we came up with a deal. Our baby girl wrote up a contract to seal the deal, which we gladly signed. She wrote up contracts between her and her brother because they share an apartment together now. And let me just tell you where this apartment is located from our house. Just less than 2-minute walk from my house is where the kids' apartment is. I literally can pull out of the carport in the attic, do my head like this and wave because their window, my daughter's bedroom window faces the alleyway. So they literally can see when we pull out. So they just right here, rocks throw away. So we were like, how convenient is this? Plus, my daughter is on a recovery road, which I won't share because that's not my story to tell. When she's ready and allows me to, I'll share more insight about that. But it's important for her to have routine. I'll just say that. And so anyhow, they got all moved in by Monday night, okay? Monday night was our first night where we were in the house by ourselves. Okay. So here's the thing. This is our anniversary weekend. 30 years comes on Monday, okay, February 9th. This is our anniversary weekend. So we're like, yeah, we want the house and we need the house prepped and ready to go for us to have a very nice, relaxing, comfortable weekend. So therefore, I had to put certain things in motion. So when I got off work Monday, Marlon picked up the U-Haul truck so that we could get their mattresses and beds and stuff. It took us about, I would say, 2.5 hours. But child, tell me why at the kids' apartment complex, they don't have an elevator. It's a good thing they mama is a power lifter. The next day, everybody was talking about, are you sore? Are you sore? My daughter talking about she needs some sleep. My son, he's sore. It was some jokes being made about me being a power lifter. Guess who was not sore? Ding, 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 ding. I said, oh, child, the powerlifting playing off, but I ain't gonna lie, going up and down 3 flights of stairs. By the end of that night, I had 12,000, no, it was a little over 12,000 steps for the day. And I never get that high of a number on steps, never. But listen, I was so motivated to get them folks up out of here because I'm like, Monday night, the only 2 heads that need to be laying on a pillow is named Marlon and named Evelyn. And y'all, it happened. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. So the first night was great. It was slightly weird because The house, you know, the energy shifts when people move. So the house was so quiet on Monday night. It was a very weird, it was a great quiet, but a weird quiet at the same time. But come to find out, the kids, they had their first night. It was really nice and peaceful for them as well. So I said, okay, well, bless the Lord on my soul. Now, Evelyn is a very, in my real life, like meaning outside of this virtual arena, I'm very much like this, dialed in. I'm also the planner in our relationship. So I said, let me call the carpet cleaning people, because before my husband start moving things around, because my husband, when it comes to move, he like, and when he get like that, ooh, you do not want to be around because his energy is just so big. So I said, let me hurry up and get this carpet cleaning scheduled. Let me tell y'all, I called the carpet people. I had an appointment for actually today, Thursday. I called them and I said, hey, I'm just wondering if you have any availabilities or wait list to get in sooner so I could get the carpets done on Tuesday. Guess what? They came on Tuesday. So I got the carpets cleaned because I knew my husband was going to be in the mood to move all his stuff in there, because we got to go to be situated by Friday night. We want to be fully situated, right? We are situated. I still have some decorating to do and a couple of makeover things to do, like from an aesthetic perspective. But y'all, we are in this thing so much so, and I'm skipping through my notes a little bit, but so much so that last night I was down in Marlon's office, which used to be the baby girl's room. And it's a much bigger space. So he has enough space for his desk. He was able to put up, you know, some artwork. He has a nice chair in there for me. So he know I like to sleep. So he had a shawl put over the chair under the lamp, so that if I want to visit him sometimes in his office, I got a chair to sit in. It was so nice. I was down there last night and he had the music on and we was just vibing while he was putting together some stuff. And it was so very nice, y'all. I had a great time. Okay, let's talk about the slippers and the drawers part. Okay, being grown is overarching. Okay, but let's talk about the slippers and the drawers part. Now, I'm going to keep this PG because we classy over here. The freedom, first of all, I need to practice this slipper draws only activity between the two of us. But you got to practice in order for it to be a new norm. The first time around, like Monday night into Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday night, honestly, it felt kind of weird because it's like, is anybody going to come in? Are the kids going to pop in? You know, is somebody going to pop up for a visit? Because that's what my young adults do, because they all have the code to the front door, which will get changed this week when they move they got a last little pile of stuff they need to come and get, which I will be sending out a text to the family group text today to tell them, please come get your stuff by 5 to 6 p.m. tonight, because after that, me and your daddy going into lockdown mode, and we're not going to be available unless it's emergency until Wednesday morning of next week, because this is our anniversary weekend. You feel what I'm saying? It is going so splendidly well, y'all, so far. And so, like I said, we have agreed to subsidize, so we help out with their little rent, which frankly, the peace of mind, because it's very, very expensive to live here in Denver proper, the peace of mind, to see my husband two-step with joy because we actually have our space, and to see his smile. Oh my God. Listen, for all of you who are holding hope and you have a few more years left to go, it is wonderful. It is wonderful. It is wonderful, 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 assuming you like the person, your partner that you're dealing with, if you have a partner. Now, if you don't like the folks that you're dealing with, that could be a bit much. Okay, I know that's different, but we happen to still like each other very much, and it has been awesome. Let me go back into the comments and see what y'all doing, because it's going to take me to the time I log off to get through them. I know it is. So let's go up to 12:39, and I think I'm marked with Miss Joe. Yes. Joe says at 12:39, Jonathan, you're already subbed to my channels, and I've been stalking your channel for the last 3 months. I love it. Okay, let's see. At your, oh yeah. Jonathan says, I should probably start watching your content then. Hilarious. He watches her content, which is why it's hilarious. And I know because he's always in the comment section. Say people are saying hello. Um, I don't know what this yes, yes, I should is about, but I'm in agreement. Amen. Vanessa had come in. She said, hey to everybody. Shawnee says, girl, I hear you. I just got on minds about this $806 gas. Just pause on that. These parents, and I'm speaking to my generation, Gen Xers, I feel like I'm talking to y'all. Y'all can chime in the chat if you want to. This is just an open discussion. We are welcome to disagree with one another as long as it's respectful. But Gen Xers and older, but Gen Xers specifically, I feel like we were the generation that tried our best to implement new school of thought as it pertains to raising our kids. We got, how can I say, elevated in our thinking as it pertains to certain things like discipline, for example. And I'm gonna leave that right there because I don't want no problems. As it pertains to kind of like how our mothers and grandmothers did us, which was a heavy responsibility was placed, especially in the teen years, on, sharing in the load of watching your younger siblings, for example. I know that's the role that I had as an oldest child. I'm the oldest of four from my mom. Chores. Yes, chores is not a cuss word for any young people who come across this live. Chores. Can you make up your bed every day? Can you vacuum your room once every 2 weeks to show your parents some respect? Can you take out the trash without being asked? Make sure you don't miss trash day when it comes. Make sure you pull the bins out if that's how your house is set up to help whoever is covering the mortgage, the lights. Kind of how Miss Shawnee is saying right here, her bill's $806. And in most instances, Gen X's are not even asking for money, because I know that's the trap we fell into. We were not even asking for years. We were not even asking our young adults to contribute. We had to take that on the chin. That was us doing that. And then when we shifted some things, the tighter we started to wind down, the more people got a clue. You have to participate in this. This is, yes, let me move on. But yes, girl, yes. Andrea says, Kaching is right. My husband and I have to remind our son. See, do you see the thing? Parents, I'm telling you, I'm going to start a support group for parents of young adults, because we need support, because sometimes you feel like, did we not raise our child right? I mean, we feel like we gave them everything. We was at all the games. We was the basketball mom, the soccer mom. We was the room mom. We was taking cupcakes up to kindergarten. We's the one who helped them fill out the FAFSA for college, even though their grades weren't right. I'm giving you examples about things I did for my kids. And I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. Let me move on in the chat. Joe says, that's an insane bill to Sean. Yes, it's expensive, Joe. It's expensive. Joe also says, Evelyn, you and Marlon are so romantic. Oh, thank you. Bring on the powerlifting mom, girl. I ain't gonna lie. Towards the end, when it was time, the bottom of where the hamstring connects to the lower part of the backside, it was so tight, child, from climbing them steps up and down. But it didn't matter. The motivation was so strong to get them folks out and settled so they couldn't have to come back to the house. Woo, when I tell you. Yes, Jonathan, we getting strong over here. V says he sounds like my M. Oh, so I'm referring to my husband, Mark. Yeah, because the men, you know what I'm saying? Men don't even really, this is a sidebar. Men don't even actually really ask for too much. Most men. There are exceptions to every rule, but most men don't even really ask for too much. I know my husband don't. Can he have some peace when he come home from work? Back when we was drinking real heavy, can he have an ice cold beer or two without being bothered? He might just want to talk about his day with me, but he don't want to have these constant interruptions. Hey, Dad. Hey, mom. Hey, mom, dad, mom, dad, mom, dad. Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my children. I truly, truly do. But sometimes when they get to be 30 years old, 27 years old, and you still hear the change in the voice, mom, dad, mom, too much, too much, too much. I'm trying to help all the parents out here. Joe says, I'm gonna skip over the greetings, y'all. Joe says, girl, I don't blame you. Coach T, aka She's Tamika, says, I feel you. Yes, yes. Do you understand? Do y'all remember when we moved out how much we had to struggle? Me and Marlon slept literally, we slept on the floor of our first apartment for 2 weeks. The only money my parents had to give me at the time, my mom and my stepdad, that is, they gave us $250 cash. That's it. We had Caitlin already was one. We was driving my white 1989 Toyota Camry from Memphis, Tennessee to Boulder, Colorado. That's all we had. Okay. It's called resilience, perseverance, persistence, consistency. We are not teaching our kids. Some of us are not teaching our kids these tools. Joe says she's having a wonderful week at V. Hi, Outsourcing Digital. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining the live. If you haven't had a chance yet, I would greatly ask if you could please like this live and consider subscribing if you're not already. Tamika says, I have a few more years to go. We had a slip, we had a slip up having a third one at 9. That's okay. That's okay. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. Joe says, out him Evelyn, referring to my comment about Jonathan. Okay, got 5 minutes. I'm gonna get through the comments. I'm gonna try my best not to elaborate on anything. Listen, V says, referring to Shawnee, you got me by $200. So that means V's bill, let's do some quick math. Shawnee's bill, electrical and gas, $806, I believe she said in the chat. She said that Shawnee got her by $200. So V's bill, $600. That's just $400 shy of $1,000. Do y'all understand the numbers we're talking about? Parents are being impacted at all kinds of levels. But then we witness DoorDash people coming up and see the young adults going to the door, rushing to get their food. Now, I want you to eat. But my thing is, how you ordering and you been, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. Okay. Yes. Correct response. Okay. Shawnee says, I agree. Let's see. Darium says, as a Gen Xer, we have zero excuse mindset. The latchkey kids have to grow up fast. Unfortunately, we coddle the kids to give them what we didn't get. Exactly, sir. Exactly. And honestly, some of that is coming to bite some of us. Now, some of our kids are mature for where they are, and they can just be told and just be equipped with, a blueprint of how to be successful with their leveraged opportunities. But the majority of them have a sense of entitlement that, all I'm saying is we have some work to do. Definitely. Darium says, I was washing the family's laundry at 8 years. Preach. I was cooking the whole meals. My mom was at work and I'd be call on the telephone saying, put this on the stove for everybody. Probably one of the reasons why I don't like to cook. Now, I can't cook, but why I don't like to cook. You understand? Joe says, that's that, Darian. My nephews didn't go without anything. They got stuff before they even asked for it. Woo. Darian says, I mean, we spoil them. Not lying. Andrea says, Evelyn to mom and dad. Right. Mom, dad. Hey, mom. Hey, dad. Yeah. Yes. In the bass voice, because my son has a very deep voice. My oldest son does. Tamika says, Daria, my 8th birthday, my mom made me wash clothes for the birthday. But you see how our parents was doing? They knew something right. They knew something right. I'm just saying. Joe is laughing about 8 years old. And Tamika being in there washing clothes for the first time. Daria says, you learned early too, Tamika. Yes. Happy birthday. Now get in there. Tamika says, thankfully, my surprise birthday party was in the next room. Oh my God, I love it. Linda says, they just feel, come on, show. They just feel entitled to our stuff. Why? I listen to my friends talking about their young adults, shaking my head. I'm thankful my child is old school and raised and acting. She will be 50 on Wednesday. Oh, Miss Linda, you know you look so good. Who 50? My goodness. Miss Linda be doing her thing. Tamika says, don't get me started on the door. See, I knew I was talking to the right crowd. We dealing with some stuff. We are dealing with some stuff with these young adults. Shawnee says, how about more stamps on their passports than me? My God, today. But let me just be quiet because it's my fault. Girl, but see, you're not lying. You're not lying. We have had so many things. Hey, Kim J, thank you so much for being here. It's the top of the hour, 1 o'clock. Y'all know what that means. This has been so good, but this live has got to come to an end. Let me not be disrespectful here. Let me catch this. People were just speaking to Kim J as she came in. Darian says, Miss Linda, you must have been a teen mom. A 50-year-old child? Where? Agreed. Okay. I think I got to most of what I wanted to talk about today. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you joining me, even though I was on a bit of a parent rant today. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for a good conversation. This weekend at some point, Marlon is going to show his face on the live. I will try my best to schedule it, but we're going to also go with the flow because I want to respect the fact that it's our anniversary weekend. Thank you again for being here. I get to log back into my day job now. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you in comments, lives, next videos, etc. Bye.